So we're given a picture of a piecewise function, and we want to start by coming up with a graph of this function. So I'm going to start with this. It has a y-intercept of 2, and from left to right it has a slope up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. You could write an x, you could write a 1x, or even 1 over 1x is the same thing. Okay, now I can see the vertex here, which is 4, 1, and I see one point, which is 2, 5. That's enough for me to come up with an equation of this parabola. So using vertex form, I'm going to write y equals a x quantity squared plus some other number. So in here, this is a positive 4 for the x. Remember, it's different signs, and a plus 1 behind. Now I'm going to substitute one other random point that this parabola passes through, 2, 5, 2 for the x, 5 for the y. And I'm going to solve for a. Negative 2 squared is 4. When I divide by 4, I get a equals 1. So I go back up to this, but I'm replacing a 1 for the a. Now we can see, where do we switch here from having a linear function to a quadratic function in this piecewise function? And it happens at an x value of 2. Everything to the left of this is linear, so less than is linear, and greater than is quadratic. And we can see we have a closed dot for the quadratic along the line x equals 2. So we're going to include that point with the quadratic function. List the interval that is decreasing. So from left to right, we're increasing, okay? Decreasing, and then increasing. So from here, notice that this is from here to here. So it's an x value. Intervals are always x's. X value of 2 to 4 is decreasing. Determine whether the function is positive or negative, and they're talking about the y's. Determine whether the function is above or below the x-axis, essentially, for the given intervals. These are x intervals. So from negative infinity up to negative 2. Negative infinity up to negative 2. Where would that occur? So what is this up to negative 2? It's below the x-axis, so that portion is negative. And from negative 2 up to positive infinity. So everything to the right of this is all above the x-axis, so it is all positive y values. The end behavior of this function as I go to the far left, it's headed down. And as I go to the far right, it's headed upwards.